regional finals were held in girls basketball, a handful of our swimmers are heading to the IHSA state meets, and Bennett hockey continues to make a run in the playoffs. Hello Naperville sports fans, and welcome back to another episode of NSW. I'm your host, Joe Kennedy. Bennett and Waubonsie Valley girls basketball have been among the state's best this season, and over the past week, both sides fought for some hardware. Let's start with the Red Wings hosting Naperville North, and then let's check on Waubonsie Valley taking on West Aurora. Bennett girls basketball hosts Naperville North in an IHSA regional final. The Red Wings are in search for an 11th straight regional title and the 15th over the past 16 seasons. The Huskies come in winners of 6 of their last 7 games and will try to bring home its first postseason plaque since 2022. The winner moves on to play Downers Grove North in the sectional semis. Bennett opens the game spreading the floor out as Emma Briggs kicks it to Lindsay Harzich on the perimeter. The Brown commit knocks down a 3 for the first points of the night. Moments later, Harzich quickly sets the tone for the entire night with this monstrous block. After Husky Natalie Frempong knocked down 2 free throws, the Red Wings quickly break North's press. Briggs scores from the right block to put Bennett ahead 7-2, and the visitors call timeout. The Red Wing defense continues to perform well early on. Harzich's steal and fast break score puts the lead at 7 for Bennett. After Keelan Gallagher brought the ball up, all 5 Red Wings on the floor get involved on this possession. It's capped off with Bridget Reifenberg being left open for 3, and the Richmond commit hits nylon. Bennett's up 12-2. Wrapping up the first, Aria Maza and Ava Mersinger work it together in the corner. Maza fakes and steps into the midi, and she puts the Red Wings up 17-2 as we close out the first. North gets the board and Frempong heads in transition. The senior guard scores her only field goal of the night to make it 17-4 Bennett. Off the inbound, Maza breaks free and she hits the mid-range shot. On the next possession, Ava Thomas finds the Red Wings senior guard and she nails the triple. Maza scores 7 straight for Bennett. In the final minute of the first, Husky Anna Richards finds Sam Kelly, who drives down on her left and scores off a nice finish. Seconds later, Harzich gets the rock and she scores down low right before the buzzer. She scores 11 of her 13 points in the opening half, and Bennett leads 28-6 at the break. In the third, Richards and Frempong connect on the inbounds before Smith is left open for 3. The freshman nails it for North. This one was all Red Wings as they hold North to just 3 field goals. They show off some nice ball movement before Gallagher converts for 2. From here, Bennett outscores North by 30 points and defends Kilbride Country with a 64-13 win. It's the lowest score the team has given up since 7 points in 2018 as the Red Wings pick up an 11th straight regional title. They'll take on Downers Grove North in the sectional semis on Tuesday night.
It's regional final time for girls basketball as Waubonsie Valley takes the court after an 88-32 semifinal win over Plainfield South. West Aurora is that next opponent, a team looking for its first regional plaque in school history. The Warriors get an early turnover on defense, and then Lily Newton picks up the ball and throws it ahead to Maya Cobb, who lays it in for a 7-2 lead. They turn defense into offense once again, and here's Ari Garcia in transition. She brings the rock up the court and displays an unbelievable lay-in with a favorable bounce. From 2s to 3s, as Lily Newton answers the call with a trifecta that gives Waubonsie a 21-8 lead. The Blackhawks need any score, so Brooklyn Johnson makes a 3 from the corner, but they still trail by double digits as we head to the second. More defense is on display for the Warriors. Daniela Porcoso scoops up the turnover and starts her dribble. She throws over to Garcia, who passes back to Porcoso and goes off the glass for the bucket and a 30-13 lead. Back come the Blackhawks and Sincere Williams, who shows a sincere step-back three-point basket. West Aurora still trails by a good margin, but they needed that shot. As for Waubonsie, they continue to make the defense pay with more points, so Maya Pareda shoots the three and swishes it. Dub V looks for one more shot before the break, so Newton takes the three, but it's off. However, Cobb gets the board, finds Porcoso who fires it, and kaboom to beat the buzzer. A strong first half results in a 44-23 halftime lead for the Green and Gold. The Warriors' second half game plan is copy and paste. Porcoso plus Pareda equals 3 points on the possession. This night is all about the Warriors and their dominating effort as Newton drops in the putback and the Warriors clinch their 4th straight regional title. Up next is the sectional semifinal on Tuesday at Bolingbrook.
A pair of local girls wrestlers made history this year by making it to the IHSA state meets. We'll have more on their journey after the break.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
BMO.
2 dealerships, side by side, identical in every way. What makes the difference? The experience. That's why more people choose Fair Oaks Lincoln. Incredible selection, knowledgeable salespeople, and a world-class experience you can't find anywhere else. Get 0% APR financing on most new Lincoln models this month at Fair Oaks Lincoln in Naperville, where the dealership experience makes the difference.
Naperville Central's Dezi Azar is the second Red Hawk to make the girls wrestling state meets, and Metea's Ashely Basmajian became the first Mustang to qualify for states in program history. NSW's Patrick Cotto has more on the wrestlers making history for our latest feature story presented by Fair Oaks Lincoln.
Wrestling season hits state week. Naperville Central's Dezi Azar and Metea Valley's Ashely Basmajian will represent their schools as the lone area female grapplers to wrestle in the IHSA State Series.
Last year I didn't make it and I was really upset, and so that definitely drove me to want to make it more this year. Honestly, I couldn't do it without the support from the coaches and the girls on this team. They all come in for practice, they help me, same with my mom too. Everybody's just all support, so honestly, it's not just me that made it to state, but it's everyone on the team.
Azar and Basmajian are coming off top 4 finishes in the recent Schaumburg sectional. In the double elimination tournament, the Red Hawk and Mustang found themselves in the semifinal wrestle-back, where each wrestler got the job done to punch their tickets to state. Basmajian is the first Mustang to make the state cut in program history. Azar's 3rd place match victory is the best sectional performance ever for the Red Hawks, joining Ella Pearl as the 2nd Red Hawk state qualifier.
I really wanted to make it to state, but again, I was just happy whatever the outcome was going to be. I mean, obviously if I happened to lose that, I was going to be upset, but the fact that I got to wrestle for sectionals in the first place makes me happy. I've definitely gotten a lot better. I think throughout the season, there's been a lot of just working on mistakes that I make in my matches, and that's helped me get a lot better.
Basmajian has only wrestled for 2.5 years, but faced many challenges due to injuries. This season, she was sidelined with a concussion until early January, but that didn't stop her from getting back on the mat and making school history.
Ashely can wrestle with anybody. You got to have that grit and that mindset that no matter how much you've wrestled or how little you wrestled, you go out there and give it your all every single time and just go at people.
Azar has been wrestling since she was 7, and her biggest supporter moved from the stands to the sidelines, with her mom, Tina, joining the Naperville Central coaching staff as an assistant this season.
Her hard work has really paid off here, and the great program that we're run underneath Rob Porter has really given us a lot of success this year. So I'm elated for her. We're going to have a great time at state, and we've made a lot of friends in this circle, and so it's nice to be able to connect with a lot of girls like Dezi who have worked really hard and have punched their tickets.
Azar will wrestle in the 125-pound bracket, while Basmajian will take the stage at 115. While each wrestler hopes to bring home a medal, the two are ready and confident in their ability to perform their best on the biggest stage.
I want to try something new instead of doing what I've always been doing, so I'm just going to be focusing on my technique more and my strength, obviously.
I just learned how to completely believe in myself. And going into state, I know this is the best version of me that I've ever had, in wrestling. And so I feel really good going to state.
The state series will begin on Friday, February 28th at Grossinger Motors Arena in Bloomington. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Patrick Cotto.
After the break, we'll send it over to the sectional championship in boys swimming and diving, where 4 of our schools look to make some noise.
In these complicated times, local news has never been more important. DailyHerald.com lets you stay connected to your community, wherever you are.
We live in a safe community, but not a crime-free community. If you see something, say something. Be a Naperville Crime Stopper.
The boys' swimming season is one stop away from the state finals. Fresh off a DVC win, Neuqua Valley hosts an IHSA sectional round on Saturday with multiple area teams. Metea Valley, Waubonsie Valley, Naperville North, and Naperville Central join the Wildcats. Oswego East, Illinois Math and Science Academy, Bolingbrook, West Aurora, Marmion, and Plainfield North round out the teams vying for a trip to state. The first event of the day is the 200-yard medley relay. A 1:36.78 is the state qualifying time. Plainfield North is in lane 2 at the far left of your screen. Going to the right, it's Oswego East, Naperville North, Neuqua, Marmion, and Naperville Central. The favorite is North, who qualified with a time of 1:35.64. But so far, it's Patrick O'Connor of Marmion ahead in lane 6. Josh Turner of Plainfield North is not too far off. In the breaststroke portion, Tanner Spillane maintains Marmion's lead. Neck and neck into the turn are Mason Hoffman of North and Braden Muir of Neuqua, along with Chris Johnson. The trio are tight as can be going into the butterfly leg of the race. Going into the final part of the race, Sam Russell paces Marmion. Maxim Fedorovsky is in second for North, and just behind is Arut Cora for Neuqua. The 3 swimmers make it into the home stretch as Russell increases the lead. Fedorovsky stretches for the wall, but he settles for second as Marmion take the first race of the day with a 1:33.12. North and Neuqua qualify, as well as Naperville Central, who placed 5th. Let's get underway with the first individual event of the day, the 200 medley. Get under a 1:57.28 and you'll be headed to state. It's very close into the first turn as Marmion's Braden Capon leads by a hair over Jack Langan of Neuqua and Dan Gianitis of Marmion. As the race approaches the midpoint, a clear leader emerges as Capon improves his lead. Langan and Gianitis are still in second and third. In the end, Capon scorched the competition, setting a new pool record with a 1:48.08. Langan came in second place, Gianitis was disqualified, so Arthur James Landorf of Naperville Central qualified in third. Fedorovsky, Zedin Lamb of Waubonsie, and Neuqua's Mirror qualified as well. The fastest event of the day takes place next as George Zanell of Central, Josh Bacani of Plainfield North, Tyler Liska, and Owen Lippolt of Oswego, Marmion's Russell, and IMSA's Matson Ulamop compete hard into the turn. As they come to the wall, it becomes an Oswego 1-2 by a slim margin as Lippolt and Liska get in front of Bacani and Russell. Anthony Newton's time in the heat before was good enough to qualify for Neuqua. Here we are on the last leg of the 100 fly. Braden Nagel, Peter Carroll, Gianitis, and Jack Reef are all tight as they go into the turn. Coming out, Nagel and Carroll stand out from the pack. It's a mad dash to the wall as one of the closest races of the day. Nagel is ahead in lane 6 with Carroll close by in lane 3. In the end, it's Nagel who goes sub 50 alone. A 49.96 wins the sectional, but Carroll, Gianitis, and Reef all qualify. Here we are deep into the 200 freestyle relay. Out front is the Marmion team, but Neuqua, Oswego, and Naperville North are close by. We go into the final swimmers in the race as the pack tightens up into the turn. After they turn, it's the 200 and 500 free champ Chase Mayer in lane 4 and Evan Conti of Marmion in lane 5 in the lead. The two are as close as can be, but Conti sticks it out and he touches first. Marmion win with a 124.52, just 0.2 of a second ahead of Oswego. North and Neuqua also qualify with times under 126. The 100 backstroke kicks off with a tight race expected. A 52.96 is needed to get to state. Conti and O'Connor lead the way for Marmion with qualifying times already under that. Jackson Wagner of Neuqua is in lane 3, trying to shave some time to join his teammate Anthony Newton at state. West Aurora enters Owen Hammond, and Plainfield North swimmers Turner and Aiden Ward are also trying to qualify. As we go into the last 25 yards, Conti is ahead for Marmion with O'Connor right behind. The two cadets lead as they approach the wall, with Wagner, Ward, and Turner all making pushes as well. It's a really fast bunch as all of the swimmers qualify for state. Conti and O'Connor get a critical 1-2 from Marmion, and you see how much it means to Wagner, as his 52.49 extends his season as another Neuqua swimmer qualifies. Let's start with the 100-meter breaststroke. Mason Hoffman qualified first, and all is going well for him in the orange cap. Neuqua has a presence here as well, as Langen and Muir are in the top 4 so far. Hoffman extends his lead into the final stretch, with Murr in second, and Langen and Tanner Spillane nearby. Naperville Central's Robert Hargrove is in lane 7, putting together a good swim. All the names mentioned qualified in the end, including Wabanzi's Zedin Lam, who places 6th. Hoffman wins with a 55.68. The day's final event has a lot on the line, as a tough qualifying time of a 3:12.85 is standing in front of the teams. About halfway through, Oswego leads Marmion and Naperville North. Oswego has dominated the freestyle events so far, winning the 50, 100, 200, and 500 individual events. They did lose by 0.2 of a second in the 200 relay, so can they get their revenge here? It does look good so far. As we head into the final turn, not only is Oswego in the lead in lane 5, but we have to start thinking about the pool record of a 3:03.98. Mayer is finishing off a blistering pace for Oswego, along with Conti of Marmion. It's Mayer who steamrolls ahead though, as the senior caps off a great day with a strong anchor performance in the relay. Oswego celebrates a pool record of 3:03.84, but Marmion celebrates a team win. They collect 252 points on the day, as Neuqua edge out Oswego with a 2:30. Neuqua sends 7 swimmers to state.
It's time for a boys diving sectional at Neuqua Valley High School. 5 of our Naperville area teams are here, along with IMSA and Oswego. Kicking off the event with a DVC champion, as Wabanzi's Logan Delalo performs the forward 2 somersault tuck. Delalo earns a straight 6 for the dive and places in 7th with an overall score of 334.3. On the board is Jackson Rapper of Oswego Co-op performing the forward 1 1/2 somersault pike. Rapper's performance gives him a 35.5 and a spot in the top 4 with an overall score of 371.15. Up next is Neuqua Valley's Jack Stevens performing the reverse dive tuck position. The Wildcat scores a 28.5 for the dive, taking 8th place at 307.85. The competition continues with West Aurora's Gonzalo Lopez performing the forward dive pike position. Lopez scores a 24 on the dive and places 12th with an overall score of 188.6. Performing the back 1 somersault straight position is Zachary Collins Dornick of the Illinois Math and Science Academy. Dornick's performance earns him a 31, taking the 11th spot with an overall score of 232.25. Another Wildcat is on the board, and it's Chris Newton performing the forward 1 somersault tuck position. Newton's performance earns him a 25.5 and a 10th place spot with an overall score of 246.95. Wabanzi's Brad Gabrielsi performs the inward dive pike position. The senior scores a 31 to finish in 6th with a score of 345.7. Going to the Huskies, it's Luca Pantel performing the back dive straight. The Naperville North diver scores a 32 and a spot in 9th place with an overall score of 301.15. From Naperville North to Naperville Central, it's Emerson Wood on the board performing the reverse 1 somersault tuck. The dive earns the Red Hawk a 32.5, taking 5th with an overall score of 359.8. We go back to the north side of things as Joshua Shin performs the reverse dive pike. The performance of this dive gives the Husky a 33.5, making the top 3 with an overall score of 379.65. Flying back to Central is Noah Pickett, performing the forward 1 1/2 somersault pike. The Redhawks' performance earns him a 36.5 as he takes second place with an overall score of 400.95. Our final diver of the day is Tony Hintz from the Oswego Co-op, who won the 2023 sectional. He performs the forward 2 somersault pike for a dive of 37 in the first place spot with a score of 407.4. After placing in second last year at Metea, Hintz wins a second sectional plaque. He's our only diver who automatically qualifies for state. Neuqua Valley girls basketball took on Downers Grove North in the regional semis, where Nalia Clifford hits from deep, and I mean from way downtown, against the Trojans. Clifford receives the pass, takes a couple of dribbles, and lets one fly from across the half-court line. It goes off the glass and in right as the buzzer sounds. What a shot from the Wildcat star, so let's see this one again. Clifford's shot puts Neuqua up 8-7 at the end of the first, but the Wildcats end up falling to DGN. It still doesn't take away this amazing play from Clifford. The Naperville Hockey Club fell to Lincoln Way in overtime in the round of 16 of the Blackhawk Cup. After the break, we'll see if Bennett Academy had better luck in their overtime battle against Deerfield.
Okay, 500 deluxe garden gnomes. Wow.
I only meant to order 5. There's not enough money in my account for these. I'm gonna get charged.
2 things I just can't deal with: overdraft charges and garden gnomes. But your BMO Smart Advantage checking account gives you an extra day to avoid an overdraft fee.
Nice to see a bank cutting people some slack.
Well, mistakes happen, and we give you time to correct them.
So you don't like gnomes, huh? What about that one?
That one I like a lot.
When it comes to interest rates, it seems the Fed only knows one direction, up. That's not fair. If you're fed up with high rates, head over to Fair Oaks Ford. You can get 0.9% APR financing for 66 months. Now that's fair. Plus, you'll get what J.D. Power called the best customer experience in the business. Fair Oaks Ford on Ogden Avenue in Naperville. You've got a friend in the car business. Shop online 24/7 at fairoaksford.com.
Defending state champs Warriors hockey compete in their first Blackhawk Cup contest since winning the title last winter. They take on the D111 Chiefs in the round of 16, who defeated the Kings to get here. The Warriors finished the regular season 21-5 in the Illinois West. Tonight's winner will move on to the quarterfinals on March 3rd. About 3 minutes into the first period, D211's Austin Van Cody passes the puck to Tyler Queen, who shoots, but Sean DeValk of the Warriors is there for the save. Ethan Newberg calls for the pass on the left wing, and the Warriors sends one towards the nets. It's saved by Lucas Bending of D111. Later on, Newberg is open in front, and he sends the puck into the back of the nets. It's Newberg's 43rd goal this season, and the Warriors lead 1-0 after the one-time finish. With 2 minutes remaining in the first period, Michael Chenier lays it off to Joshua Pianowski. He sees a lane and risks one with power past the goalie. A great snipe from the defenseman, who scores his 8th goal this season. Skating into the second period is Kyle Van Rossum, and he shoots but gets denied by Lucas Bending, and it's still 2-0 to the Warriors. James Nafzinger picks up possession for the Warriors, finding Blake Cesarone, who quickly gives it off to Chenier. He sneaks it in past the goalie for his 60th goal this season. In the third period, the Warriors have been dominating. Newberg and captain Elijah Houlihan work it in the corner before Houlihan taps home the rebounds. The Warriors outshoot the Chiefs 41-10 and cruise their way to a 4-0 win. They take on the winner of Glenbard and Lake Zurich in the quarterfinals on March 3rd.
We got Friday night hockey at Seven Bridges Ice Arena in the round of 16 for the Blackhawk Cup as Bennett Academy welcomes Deerfield. In the first round, the Red Wings defeated York White in overtime, while the Warriors cruised past Glenbrook North Gold. The Warriors have the puck and look to strike on goal here. Sam Cohen connects with Eli Jacobs, and he takes a shot and tries to poke in the rebound, but Red Wing goalie Ben Ciesla smothers it for the save. On the next play, Dustin Zimmermoff pulls some fancy moves on the Bennett defender and goes top shelf with a power play goal to put the Warriors ahead 1-0 in the first period. The Red Wings look to respond, and they do with some solid passing on the power play. James Cannon sets up Hudson Schlee for the one-timer, and he buries it into the back of the net, and we are tied at 1 to close out the first period. In the second period, Carson Stone tries to go around the net to score, but Deerfield goalie Alex Richter slides across to block the shot and stops the rebound to keep this game even. Under 8 minutes to go, the Warriors try to clear the zone, but Owen Ryle steals it for Bennett and rips a shot, but Richter shows off his glove with an excellent save. We go into the third period, and we have a battle along the boards that the Warriors win. Josh Becker passes to Jacobs, and he takes a shot, but Sisla clears the puck away from danger. Under 3 to go, the Red Wings have possession, but they turn the puck over. Tyler Corrigan gets a breakaway chance, but his shot hits the post. That was close, and Sisla gives a thank you tap to the post. Under 30 seconds to go, and this time the Warriors turn the puck over, and Daniel Quinlan gets a breakaway chance, but his shot goes wide. We are still tied after 3, so overtime it is. Gianluca DeCosla decides to take it himself and blast his shot towards the net, but Richter snags this one away, and the score remains tied, so we need a second overtime. In the second OT, the Red Wings tried to clear the zone, but the Warriors intercept it. Corrigan connects with Zimmermoff, and he tries to poke around the shot, but Sisla clutches it for the save. The Red Wings win the faceoff, and Alex Karras sends the puck off the glass, and it bounces to Vincenzo Porro. He shoots and scores to win the game for Bennett in double overtime. The Red Wings win it 2-1, and move on to face Glenbrook North Green next week in the quarterfinals on March 1st.
Warriors hockey is on a quest to repeat as Blackhawk Cup Combined Division state champions. In the round of 16, defenseman Josh Pianowski rips one top shelf past the goalie to help give the Warriors a 4-0 win over D211. With 2 minutes left in the first, the Warriors are up 1-0, and Michael Chenier lays one off the boards to Josh Pianowski. The defenseman sneaks down the left wing before sniping one glove side past the goalie. We'll slow this one down and take another look at the Warrior goal. This one made it a 2-0 game, and the Warriors would beat D211 4-0 to move on to the Blackhawk Cup quarters against Lake Zurich. Thanks for watching another episode of Naperville Sports Weekly. Come back again next week for more postseason coverage, including regional and sectional championships in boys and girls basketball. You can find all of our highlights, feature stories, and community sports on nctv17.org. You can also find us across all social media platforms at NCTV17. For Naperville Sports Weekly, I'm Joe Kennedy, and we'll see you again next week.